Part 2. Verdant Wind. Blue Sea Moon. The city without light. Immediately following Edelgard's defeat, the Alliance army discovers the existence of another adversary, a group operating behind the scenes within the Empire. Claude suspects that if the true enemy is left unchecked, disaster will befall Fodlan, and so he cuts short the celebration and the troops head for Shambhala, where this foe resides.
As always, another lovely weather report. Auxiliary battles are now available. I had no idea. How often you can battle is limited by your activity points indicated at the top of the screen. On normal difficulty, some auxiliary battles will not cost activity points. I kind of forget about that sometimes since I've never played on normal before.
I just don't get it.
What is it, Claude?
Those javelins of light. They were trying to use it to kill us at Fort Mercius, right? But then why not drop it on Garreg Mach? They must have known for a while that we were here.
It is not that they chose to refrain, but rather that they were unable to do so.
Rhea, how are you feeling?
I am well enough. I cannot afford to rest while Fodlan is in danger.
What do you mean when you say they couldn't drop a javelin of light here?
Once, a very long time ago, a massive ball of light fell upon this monastery. However, that light mysteriously changed course in mid-air and landed in Aelel instead.
Aelel, the Valley of Torment. So that's what the wreckage of those javelins of light looks like.
The Holy Tomb is not only the location of the progenitor god's eternal slumber, but also a sacred vessel for a power that repels evil. Supposedly, the progenitor god built the Holy Tomb herself to protect her children from the evil light.
So the children of the goddess gathered in Xanadu because of its proximity to the monastery? But we've fought at distant locations many times.
Despite that, the javelins of light only fell on Fort Mercius.
In his letter, Hubert said that he detected their magic when the fort fell. In other words, because they used a javelin of light, Hubert was able to pinpoint the location of their base.
So they didn't use it before then because they didn't want us to know where their base is?
In any case, those javelins of light must be something they can't just use whenever they want. And they finally decided to use one at Mercius, where they were sure they'd be able to finish us off. It's only thanks to the whims of the Death Knight that we escaped with our lives. And no javelins of light have fallen since then.
It's possible that the enemy hasn't yet realized that we've learned the location of their base.
If so, their guard may be down, which makes this the perfect time for a surprise attack.
I will accompany you.
What? No, that would be far too dangerous. Your long confinement weakened you greatly, did it not?
Those people have opposed us since ancient times. I wish to learn the truth about them for myself.
I understand. I will not stop you, but please take care not to overexert yourself.
We don't know exactly what we're up against here, but having you around is very reassuring, Rhea. Let's prepare to strike at Shambhala before they make their next move.
Alright, second last month. Almost there. Almost there. Wait, does Balthus need to do the... No, he already has the thing. Yeah, my sanity is gone. So yeah, to answer the question that was in chat there, yeah, I haven't done all routes. This is my first time doing the Golden Deer route. I do still have the Black Eagles Empire route after this. I've done the Academy route already. But I really, really don't want to do the Black Eagles Empire route. I know that it's the shortest. It doesn't change the fact that, you know, it's still the same first 12 chapters and stuff. So like, you know, there's that. I've literally finished each route around 35 hours. You lost your sanity too, that what from just like the same first half each time and such. Yeah, I've definitely taken a lot of time with these. My first playthrough was 60 parts. My second playthrough was 105 parts. And my third playthrough is probably going to be a little bit longer than that here, so... Definitely a lot of episodes of Fire Emblem Three Houses. Should I... Wait, what's our motivation looking like? What poor conversations do we have? Just the... Well, whatever. Whatever, I guess. Let's see here. Oh, absolutely, I'm definitely planning on streaming some other Fire Emblem games. We recently wrapped up Fire Emblem Awakening in Lunatic Plus Classic difficulty, which is, oh boy, it was certainly a time. Just about a few weeks ago, we wrapped up with Apotheosis. I never want to do Apotheosis again in my life. And what I'm planning on doing next is going to be Fire Emblem Fates. So, Fire Emblem Awakening is done in its entirety in its hardest difficulty. Fire Emblem Three Houses will be almost done once this route is done, but I'm just gonna call it there because I'm so tired of playing this game and such. Like, I can see 35 hours being feasible for each route, like going through, not spending a massive ton on grinding. But me, who would go around talking to everybody every exploration, sitting out every dialogue, never skipping any supports, nothing like that, for the sake of it being like a playthrough thing. For every single cutscene, just like turning off the camera and chat like that and letting the cutscene play out and stuff. So, you know, there's that. 4 routes, but it's called 3 houses. Makes sense. Yeah, one of the routes, the Black Eagles route, splits off into 2, and I don't know why. I think it should just be 1, but it's 2 for some reason. But yeah, so Fire Emblem Fates will be in the near future, unless they announce something in the Direct that's supposed to be tomorrow, or it's today, I guess, since it's like 6 a.m. there. And Bull Dragon T, guys, already have over 160 hours and only played 2 routes. Jeez. Yeah, I honestly think the best experience with Fire Emblem Three Houses is to do maybe 1 or 2 playthroughs and then just look up cutscenes of the other ones on YouTube. Just look up, like, no commentary, all cutscenes videos. And I think that's probably the best way to experience Fire Emblem Three Houses, honestly. In my opinion. Let's see here. If I turn off my camera briefly to show stuff there. Oh yeah, Claude's definitely gonna get to S+ with bows. And such. I mean... Imagine if the Black Eagles route was as long as the others. It probably would be if they didn't have it split off into 2 different routes. But they have it split off into 2 different routes. I do think that this game would have been better off if it was just 3 routes. I think this game would have been a lot better off if there was a lot of things changed about it. After 300 hours, I'm actually currently working on a video essay on it that's probably going to be over an hour long. That's just everything I don't like about this game, essentially. Like, there is plenty of things I love about this game. I wouldn't have 300 hours in it if it wasn't, like, a good game in several regards. But there are a lot of things that I hate about it. I have a love-hate relationship with this game. The things I love, I really love. The things I hate, I really hate. It's kind of like my relationship with Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but, like, a love-hate relationship in a very different way, I guess you could say. I don't know. Freaking sure. But yeah, I decided to max out every class for every unit. I have Byleth S+, everything that took your sanity. Yeah, when this game first came out, I'm a crazy Fire Emblem nerd who makes, like, really crazy spreadsheets for the games I play. Like, I was showing my freaking Fates spreadsheet earlier. I wonder if I can show it here again. I showed this earlier this stream. I'm gonna do Fire Emblem Fates Birthright, Conquest, Revelations. These are the kinds of spreadsheets that I make in preparation for playthroughs of Fire Emblem games. I didn't make one this crazy for 3 houses, but, like, you know, I'm kind of insane. And this is just for the freaking Birthright route. I call the spreadsheet Birthright Stream. So, like, you know, there's that. I'm kind of out of my mind. Out of my mind. Dude, I hate spreadsheets. Reminds me of working hour. My, oh my. It was gone for a while. How do you do sauna? Essentially, you try to get the bars, the little orange bars, as close to the little black line on the right as possible. And if you increase steam, it's supposed to increase it by a lot of it. If you stay longer, it'll increase it by a little bit. If you end in the green area, you get like a +2. If you leave when you're golden like that, it's a +4 for all the lessons and stuff. So yeah, I'll get happy that support and stuff. I'm not sure 100% how it works. I know you can go past that line a little bit. I'm not 100% certain how it's work. Madonna is DLC only. Oh, got base game. Gotcha. But yeah, haven't even tried Breath of the Wild because you're scared to go down that rabbit hole. Yo, I've gotten a lot of hate for this, but I really don't like the story or music of Breath of the Wild. But let me tell you, the gameplay. Man, is the gameplay of Breath of the Wild fun to break. I probably have some clips on my Switch here of breaking that game's engine in two. Oh, that was breaking freaking Assassin's Creed engines in two. Let's scroll down. It's been a little while since my Breath of the Wild playthrough, but I did it last year. Like, I came back to Breath of the Wild last year, and I learned how to break the game in half. So there's a lot of things that you can actually do to just, like, make the physics of the game just stop working, interestingly enough, which is, you know, certainly something. Oh, I don't know why the invisible Stallox took a bunch of damage there. There's a lot of things you can do to break the game in half, and it's kind of hilarious. This is a glitch called the Hinox Curse, which breaks Link's rotation and makes him basically have a broken spine. It's kind of hilarious. I think the next clip is probably... Hold on. If I go to the next clip. Yeah, so this is a thing that you can do. The area remains glitchy, but you can take this broken rotation, like, anywhere in the world, as long as you don't do things that, like, turn his rotation back to normal. If you whistle, it turns his rotation back to normal. If you pick something up, it also turns his rotation back to normal, so you have to not do either of those. But you can literally do this. There's a lot of really wacky things that you can do to break the game. So, I think the Hinox Curse here has to be one of my favorite glitches. It's what happens when you use a metal chest, which is typically someone buying an amiibo, to shove a Hinox or a Stallox into a waterfall. And for some reason, it does this. Also, I did this during the final boss after clipping out of the final area. So, there's that. So there's that. It is possible to escape the final boss. There's a lot of really funny things that you can do with Breath of the Wild. I think this is the infinite horse glitch. Yeah, this is. You can use this mountain over here to spawn infinite horses. So there's two Bokoblin riders over there. You can go up and down this updraft you make to make them keep spawning along with their horses. And if you put fires right under their spawn points, it will damage them and they'll fall off their horses and their horses will stay. But every time you respawn them by coming close enough to where they respawn with their horses and you can literally crash the game with this. It's freaking great. Yeah, you're annoyed that you can't finish the side story. You just want to unlock Yuri. Yeah, the side story is certainly something. The side-on glitch is amazing. I don't actually know what the side-on glitch is. I know what a lot of glitches in the game are. This was experimenting with... Was this clipping out of the Dark Beast Ganon fight? Probably. That's probably what this was. You can clip through almost any wall in the game using a shield and a bomb, and that's like all you need. And that's how you escape the Dark Beast Ganon fight. And get to explore the world. Point Crow did it. Maybe I'm gonna have to look it up at some point. My doggy's here, by the way. My doggy's here. I'm wondering why I'm still awake and stuff. So it's a very breakable game. Oh yeah, I was doing some glitch hunting on my own time. I figured out how to make Calamity Ganon invisible at one point. I figured out how to make him not exist, and I got out of bounds, and I did this. Because I found out that it actually pulls you back in. Like, it's the one area where if you go out of bounds, it pulls you back in if you stay close. So, I've done some glitch hunting myself in the game and discovered some interesting things that, like, maybe somebody else has discovered out there. But, like, there's some very broken things about the game. It's freaking fantastic. I love how it just randomly kills me. Imagine you get side-on to Gerudo Valley. That's pretty wacky. Oh, here's the invisible Calamity Ganon that I figured out how to do. I figured out how to make him stop existing. Which is one interesting thing. So, you can go into the final boss fight and have the final boss not exist. And, there's that. That broken rotation glitch I showcased earlier, I also, in my playthrough of Breath of the Wild on Twitch and YouTube, I actually brought the broken rotation into the final boss fight, so I fought Calamity Ganon while running back like that. And whenever I would flurry rush him, I literally couldn't hit him, because Link would be attacking up there instead of in front of him, and it was like the most hilarious thing. There's a lot of really broken things about Breath of the Wild. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to break that game in half, honestly. Sure, Constance can get some extra thingamabobs, I guess, or something. Sure. Remember the pain trying to get into some shrine? There was probably a few shrines that I tried, like, clipping into or, like, janking over in weird ways for a while. Like, because I never wanted to do things normally. I always tried to, like, do them with, like, my glitch knowledge and such. And hello, Sophia X. I'm glad that you read the Strim rules over there. Glad you read the freaking Bill Nye the Science Guy full lyrics and stuff, and hope you're doing well today. I'm gonna stay longer and see if that can get Constance to the bar. I'm overheated, but, like, it should be fine for Constance. No, I don't understand how the sauna works, honestly. Professor, you're freaking red now. Freaking, let's leave. Let's leave. We'll get Constance the bonus there. Is there anybody who needs motivation and stuff? Your rules are good, not gonna lie. I'm glad you like the stream rules of the complete Bill Nye the Science Guy or lyric. Oh, I'm gonna have to give Constance some things, I guess. Anyone else I want to take into the sauna and stuff? Per Byleth running around. It's only if you fail the sauna, though, that you actually get to run around being burnt, but it is a thing. Wonder how Dimitri would do in sauna? I only got to try that out towards the end of my Blue Lions playthrough because it only got added there. Who do I plan to marry? I actually have no idea, honestly. We're gonna be honest, I don't know. We need a burnt Byleth. I mean, I could always try. Oh, I should bring Flaying because she's trying to get Essen Reeds and Magic before we end things off. See if she can get an extra range because there's only like this month and the next one left. And then I can finally put this game down and freaking forget about it. My 300 hours in this game forever. Or something. I know there's still one route I haven't done, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it anymore after this much time. Don't let Senate know. Don't let Senate know I brought Flame into the sauna. Took you an hour and required to use amiibo chest. Oh, the wrong warp. Oh, the shrine wrong warp. That's what you're talking about. I was like, wait, chests? What shrine did I use chests to get into? I remember. That was, okay, that was me just trying to showcase it as a glitch rather than me actually being good at it, since it took over an hour to do. But yeah, we did technically successfully wrong warp into a shrine that didn't yet exist. That was pretty fun, and some cool bragging rights. But it did take me an hour to do it, so I mean, there's that. There is that. But yeah, there are a couple different ways to wrong warp in Breath of the Wild. One, you can use chests in the way that I did that Hox is describing to do a shrine wrong warp. There's also a thing called moon jump glitch that you can also use to do something called moon jump wrong warp. I can't words. My goodness, Breath of the Wild is a glitchy game. Breath of the Wild is a very glitchy game. I like it. Like, I mentioned before, I have a love-hate relationship with Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I have a love-hate relationship with Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild, I don't really like the music. The story had potential, but it falls apart because it's, like, fragmented. You never get to experience the story yourself. It's just like, here's little bits and pieces of a story that happened 100 years before the events of the game. Like, you never actually get to be part of that story yourself. So I think the story falls apart for that reason, among some other reasons. I don't know. Sure, let's do that and such. But the gameplay, holy crap, the gameplay is freaking fantastic. The way that it rewards player creativity, not just through glitches, even just in like normal gameplay without any glitch knowledge. The way that it rewards player creativity is fascinating. The way that it gives you like all your abilities right at the beginning of the game. And it's like, well, basically anything you can do now. Like, some things might be harder, but we're not going to block you from doing it, which I think is a stance that more games should take. Like, even if I'm not the biggest fan of the story and music, I would still absolutely recommend Breath of the Wild as a game. Is the thing. Like, anybody who has a Switch and enjoys open world experiences, I would absolutely recommend Breath of the Wild. But like, anybody who comes to me and tells me, oh, I love Breath of the Wild, my first impulse will always be, ugh, I hate Breath of the Wild. Where it's like, secretly I love it, I guess. One could say. I'm like Squidward from that one SpongeBob episode where SpongeBob's like, you love Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward? And Squidward's like, no, I totally don't. That's me with Breath of the Wild. And that's like sort of me with Fire Emblem Three Houses. There's so many things I really love about this game, but so many things I really hate about it too. Which is why this is gonna be my final playthrough and such. But yeah. Let's see here. Sylvain on top of Sense has to stay away from Flame list. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, they would. Sylvain and Flame totally would, wouldn't they? Wouldn't they, Marvel? My goodness. Well. Oh, there's a lot of items this time. And stuff. I got a silverfish. I've just barely read that. Intermediate seal, 4 spice blend. We're getting really close to the end of the game. I can't wait to wrap this up and move on to Fire Emblem Fates. And like other games that I'm playing on the channel too. Can you access that green room without amiibo? I think it's a New Game Plus thing. I think it's a New Game Plus thing. Yeah, and if you talk to the other Byleth, they just say nothing. It's just ... and it has like nothing to do with the story. They just like slap on the other Byleth there. If you do it before merging with Sothis, Sothis is there. But otherwise it's like the other Byleth. And I don't know if it's supposed to have like lore implications or something, but the other Byleth just like stares at you and stuff.
Thank you.
Like, I think having items appear here around is amiibo, and being able to go to the Holy Tomb is New Game Plus? Maybe? I don't remember. I've so many hours in this game, everything blurs together, and I have no idea what's what anymore.
The Empire has crumbled.
Aw.
The kingdom may as well be finished too.
Yeah, Secret Twin, that's
the
what it
reasons
is.
for me to remain in Fodlan are fading.
Please, stay with us a little longer.
I've come this far.
Inside their head.
May as well
I
see
mean,
it through to the end.
I do wish that you could just like collect more items in the front there instead of going to the Holy Tomb, because that means every exploration you have to go through 2 loading screens just to freaking collect things. Always in line for the...
Eat, train, eat, sleep.
That's like me except stream instead of train lately, trying to get through this game. You're doing plenty.
All that training and eating I do is for the sake of Fodlan. Gotta stay strong and fed to keep it safe.
Like, this past week has been the most Fire Emblem Three Houses I've played since the game came out. Like, I have been putting a lot of time into this game trying to... Because I figured, like, hey, this is week off of university. Let's try to use it to finish off a playthrough that's been going on this channel for 1.5 years, technically. Well, if you count, like, all routes as, like, that. Like, that's 1.5 years of 3 different playthroughs, but, like, we have eats for Fodlan's safety. We don't deserve a hero like him. Let's just randomly do that, sure, and then we do the thing, and I've never seen this much gold in any playthrough before. It's ridiculous. Well, we're gonna talk to some people. What's this? Earthworm. Okay, cool. Hi.
I thought that taking the Empire's capital would bring an end to this war.
It does in the Blue
How
Lions route.
naive of me. I'll have to write to my family and tell them I'll be gone a while longer.
The hero we need, not the one we deserve. That's exactly what Raphael is, basically. Wait, we can see Gatekeeper, but more importantly, we can see the Dark Merchant.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing
In a hot
to report.
second.
I can hardly believe you managed to handle the capital city like that. Everyone did sterling work.
I'm glad it wasn't as hard as the
Really
Grondor
felt
field
no
battle.
peace after that battle.
Maddening.
But we're not quite there yet, huh?
We're almost there. And then we gotta put this game down and freaking throw it on my shelf and it can collect dust and I can forget about it. Let's see the Dark Merchant.
Hello.
Hello.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Is there any way you can buy Umbral Steel? There's Arcane Crystal.
Tell your
I
friends.
don't know. It might just be for monsters. I have no idea, actually. That's a good question. I don't actually know the answer. Whoops.
Welcome.
I mean, I gotta use some of my thingamabobs anyway. I'm not gonna get this to S+ before the end of the game, am I? I really wanted to. Part of me kind of really wanted to. I'll grab this thingamabob. Grab the earthworm, I guess. Is what we do. That feather thing up there I thought was like a item for me to pick up. Do I play Fire Emblem Heroes? I used to.
What the?
I have like a plus, I don't know, 5 or 6 something Noe with distant counter that freaking destroys everything. But like,
Imperial Army.
I haven't played it in forever. I have no idea what's going on in Heroes nowadays.
We still have some enemies left.
I
I'm not well
don't even think I have it on my
but
phone
I
anymore
have
because I had to make
plenty
space
of
for music.
fighting spirit.
I have a lot of music on my phone.
We crushed the Empire at long last. But
Well,
there's
like,
no
I'm
time to
semi-familiar
bask in
with
our
it.
victory.
I don't
We
know
must
what it's
prepare
like
for the
nowadays,
coming
though,
battle.
honestly.
We knew there was a secret group behind the Imperial Army all
I haven't
this
logged
time.
in forever.
Now we have a chance to make the first move against
I
them.
think I recently made some
We have
space on my
Hubert to
phone. I
thank
could
for
probably
that.
re-download it,
It's
but
also thanks to him that we were able to rescue Rhea. I still have plenty of questions I'd like to ask her.
are you going to see her?
Well, if we plan to have her march into battle with us again, we'd better let her
Something about
recuperate.
Byleth's expression just
Rhea's
cracks me
the
up.
only one who gets a
Still
break,
doing the
though.
stories just out there.
Everyone else had better
You don't
start
get the story
preparing
at all.
for battle.
Yeah, when it first came out, they were like, hey, here's this one plot line, and this is like book 1. And it was like, okay, so like when more updates for more story stuff come out, it's gonna like continue that plot line, right? And it's like, nope. How about the next one does like this completely other plot line? It's like, okay, is it gonna be continued in the next thing? It's like, nope. How about the next one just does this other completely different plot line?
Was applying
So, like,
pressure in the west, but he
I don't know what's
surrendered
going on
after the
anymore.
Empire fell.
I haven't looked into it.
The Fargus dukedom
but-
seems to have disappeared from the palace, and rather swiftly.
But I know that they had like a story
Must
going, but then they
realize
started doing
that the
something different for like
revival of
each
the old
thing.
Kingdom was a real threat.
You did it.
I don't think my mic picked it up, but during that stretch I heard my dookie groan.
The Empire was conquered.
Look how tall Lawrence
I thought
is.
that would put an end to the war.
Look at
Here
that
there
stare.
are
He's
still
like,
hostile
oh
forces
yeah,
to
he's
contend
talking
with.
about how cool
I hope
you
you'll
are or
be able to
something.
put an end to this conflict and found a new Fodlan in which the free market can thrive.
Okie doke.
A mysterious power threatening the very future of Fodlan? Certainly we cannot give it leeway. In comparison to this, the internal power struggles in the Alliance are utterly trivial.
Do you think we can defeat it?
There is simply no option but victory. The alternative is unthinkable. Perhaps I will have the opportunity to strike the decisive blow on the enemy commander. Oh, that would secure my place in history for certain.
What if we defeated the final boss of this game using Lawrence Hellman Gloucester? What if we did that? It's almost kind of tempting. You know? It's kind of tempting for the memes if I can somehow pull it off. But it might be tricky because units like mine hit way harder and such, you know? But it's very tempting for the sake of the memes. If I can get him to end it somehow.
That wasn't the case. This may be
I want to do that now.
but I'm feeling a little relieved. I have to consider what I'll do with myself and where I'll go when this war is finally over. I don't have an answer yet. Let's make sure the next battle puts an end to this war. That way, we can all move forward.
Yes. Absolutely. We're just gonna see like all the unique dialogue and stuff. Churchgoer.
Lady Rhea was
Great
all
job,
right
he says.
after all. Well
Hi.
done bringing her back safely. Finally, us true believers may breathe easy again. Simply magnificent. You're saying the fight isn't over yet?
The fight isn't over as long as Fortnite exists. Or no, we went from casual invading to invading from a fire country, then to invading from death itself, then going to dreams and giving the characters an existential crisis. Now we have steampunk invasion.
Right.
I don't know why Automod held that message. But there's a lolly with a gun. Is that so? That's news to me.
It's that group who caused the javelin
Like,
of
I
light
was
to fall,
playing
right?
somewhat actively
Just
into the
doesn't seem like
second book.
something a
I only
human's
played
capable
here and
of.
there in the third one,
I'm
and then
not
I don't
prone
think
to
I got past the
friendship,
third one
but
ever.
I don't feel great about any of this.
Is the thing. I think it's my
A
progress.
mysterious organization, slithering in the dark of Fodlan, like something out of a midnight tale. It appears
Atari.
these fiends have infiltrated the deepest corners of the Empire.
Only those who've seen me play
After the
Roller
fall
Coaster
of
Tycoon
Endor,
World will get that
they've
joke, but
remained well concealed. That said, I would keep an eye on Edelgard's uncle, Lord Arundel. Something about him sits ill with me.
wait, you can teach me some. Whoa, I bugged out a little bit there. But yeah, book 4, aside from the existential crisis, is okay. I'm curious about asking, what's this about an existential crisis? But part of me is like, maybe I'm just better off not knowing. Maybe. Maybe, you know.
I heard that Lady Rhea's back.
Oh,
Why hasn't
that
she
said
shown
back.
herself to everyone yet?
I thought the dialogue above her said, is she really black? And I was gonna be like, whoa,
She
whoa.
was in captivity for a long time. I pray that she feels better soon.
Put a damper on your comment. Yeah, that's what I thought it said. My goodness, let's put a little bit of a damper on your freaking.
We finally got Lady Rhea
Whatever the
back
hell.
in the Empire and fulfilled our mission. I wish we could afford for her to have a good long rest.
Can I talk with her and get faculty
just
training
isn't
from her? Oh, there's a side quest apparently from Hilda. Interesting. Interesting. Who's over here to talk to? Who is it?
Dedu saw to it that Edelgard was destroyed before he departed.
Yeah, we managed to have him live.
Once his mission was over,
We had to keep rescuing him like 2 or 3 times.
I don't know where he went off to after that. Maybe he returned home to Dusker.
He went wherever the wind calls him. Wherever he, the hero, is needed next. As the world's second most powerful tank. Second only to Hilda.
These are Monica's people, aren't they? The ones who killed Captain Gerald. Then this is my real opportunity for revenge. There's no way I can back down from this one.
You're not scared?
No, I'm okay. Actually, I'm eager to get out there and fight. This is what I've been training for.
Mary Leone? Officially bring her into Gerald's family? I'm curious if in her S support she then brings up Gerald. My oh my.
Listen,
Let's see what we have here.
Succeeded in rescuing
Let them perish as revenge.
But Seteth's countenance remains clouded. When will peaceful days return to this monastery?
Intriguing.
That time feels so distant.
We haven't seen the advice box for a while. I haven't bothered. There's one note. So much changing all the time. I wish something. Anything would just stay the same, don't you? There are changes worth wishing for too. We must all change, live, and grow. Everything changes, even things that seem not to. Yeah, there are some changes that are worth wishing for. You didn't like that? Well. Oh yeah, I recruited you to support with Claude and such.
On our upcoming
Hello, Diego. We're gonna wrap things up with this exploration. I'm gonna get ready for, like, battle next time. It's her decision, ultimately.
There are still many in Fodlan who are seeking Lady Rhea's salvation. For their sake, we cannot put her in harm's way.
This is true, isn't it? Isn't it, Seageist? My goodness. But yeah, we're gonna get set up, like, just before the next, like, free day battle, essentially. And then I can do, like, a free day battle while watching the Nintendo Direct, is what we can do while streaming that. Which, I'm not gonna get a lot of sleep before, it seeming like, but that's fine, whatever.
Who'd have thought all those creeps
Well.
were living right under my nose? I was hoping my big brother would help us in this next battle. But he says that I can represent House Goneril without his help. That I have it in me.
You're a pretty crazy
I'm glad
tank.
He recognizes that I have some ability. Still, I wish he wasn't leaving it all to me.
You've definitely become an asset in my
Excuse
army.
me, could you do me
Like,
a
if
favor?
I didn't have Walhilda, I literally don't know how I would have dealt with some enemies and such. Yeah, Nintendo Direct coming up. That we'll hop into with the next battle, I guess. We're in dire need of some supplies. Can you help? Okay.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Professor. You did a
You're
nice job
sweetheart.
procuring resources for us. Now here's a little token of my appreciation. Well, cool. When at 2 p.m. Pacific time, I believe? If I recall, something like that. Yeah, I guess we never get to see Hilda's brother, which is unfortunate.
Those who slither in the dark.
My hours from now?
Seems will finally discover their true form.
It's at 3 p.m. my time, and it's currently
That there are
6:38 a.m.
mages who experimented on me as a child.
Once again, I've stayed up
wouldn't be
literally all
surprised if
night
Fatal
playing Fire Emblem 3
was subjected
Houses,
to them
trying to
too.
get through this game this
There's
week,
no telling
and
what their
then
true motives
I
are.
can forget about it.
But whatever their motives,
Is the thing. Well, you can put it in like a
done
converter.
is
You can just Google like
unforgivable.
Pacific time to whatever your time
they
zone
must
is.
be exterminated.
Is a thing. Like, I'm not in Pacific time. I'm not myself, but it's a pretty standard time zone thingamabob that people use. So I'm used to just like converting it over. Is the thingamabob. So I'm used to. I always know that's like 1 hour ahead or behind my time zone, but I always forget like which it is, honestly.
My brother continues to worry about her, however. Of course.
You can always stream after the fact so you can get some sleep, but I want to see the news as it happens.
Such a state.
Freaking YouTube recommendations are gonna spoil it for me if I wait until afterwards. Country I'm from, you wonder for the time zones. I'm in Canada. Sure, randomly. But like, you know, Canada encompasses a lot of time zones. Is a thing, since it's the second biggest country in the world and such. From far away east of Elmira. Good old Fodlan area? Or wait, I'm losing my mind.
Is honestly
sleep deprived.
really scary.
I'm not in the Arctic North.
If there's a force in
No.
this world that clearly means us harm.
Unless you just mean like that
no
is the
choice but
definition
to
for
fight
Canada.
With
But I'm not in the
our
Arctic North of Canada.
Let's
It's
safeguard Fodlan's future.
like my area can get cold, but it's not like
Our
Arctic
next
and such.
opponent is an ally of Solon.
Because you wish you lived in since the weather's your style. What, Canada? And such? Insects?
No,
Oh.
he called us beasts.
From
Meanwhile,
Europe. Gotcha,
he
gotcha.
refers to himself as the savior. Who exactly is he saving?
Yeah, I figured that might be the case, Hawks. From the looks of it, I'm from the US. I'm from Canada.
The Empire
Like, I mean,
is broken in-
Canada and
in smithereens.
Canada and
Now it
US
is
are
possible for me to go
definitely
back to
decently
Britain.
similar
But
and such.
I cannot
I mean,
choose that choice.
technically,
The time is
technically
still too
where I'm
soon
born
for
from
that.
is the States.
We
I
must be
technically come from
stopping evil
Texas,
for everyone
but
in
like,
Fodlan.
I don't remember anything
We
from
will be
there.
fighting until the end of
Because
it.
my parents moved here to the land of Canada when I was like 2 months old or something. Basically, my parents were like, Texas? Yeah, let's not raise a kid here, actually. What, let's not end the free time yet. Can I talk to Rhea? Yeah, she's not around here. So I mean, technically I'm from the States, but like, I literally have no memory of like anywhere in the States, so it doesn't really count.
Rhea's back. I'm so happy.
It's a thing. Land of Canada. Rhea's sleeping. Well, what if I want to go see her?
Soon, are they? There's still folks out there that want us all dead, and Lady Rhea still hasn't regained her strength yet. Speaking of which, Professor, please don't ask too much of her right now, okay?
I want her to teach me magic, is what I wanted.
Rhea is sleeping right now. If it is not absolutely urgent, please do not disturb her rest. The long confinement took its toll on her health. Truthfully, she is in no shape to be exerting herself at all, to say nothing of a military expedition.
Is Cyril the #1 Rhea fan? Yep.
A very old enemy. One that has conspired against us since time out of mind. Please proceed with caution. I have a bad feeling.
Okay. Will do. Who's over here? It's Manuela, apparently.
Professor.
Professor, hey!
The opera company.
Oh, well, Catherine would like to say a word? Oh, to being Cyril's #1 fan. Not, yeah, Cyril, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean.
Making a return to the
You know what I meant.
Someday. I suspect I may refuse, though. We're at the dawn of something new. No reason to look backwards, eh?
I wasn't paying attention to what you said, actually. We'll go down to Abyss briefly. I'll give Constance some things for her motivation and such.
Thank you.
Give her some random gifts, I guess, that I, like, never give. There's a thing where Bob. But yeah, nowadays out here, it's, like, really, really cold here, honestly. It's starting to warm up this week, which is nice, but, like, it's really cold. I took a doggy out earlier yesterday, since it's almost 7 a.m. And I had to stay in my winter jacket and under several layers of blankets indoors for so long, because I was so chilled.
Hey, you, listen up. I've got something to report.
I've got something to report.
I hear we conquered the Imperial capital, but the war's still not over? Not sure how much sense that makes, but then making sense of things isn't my job. Look out for yourself in the next battle, got it? I'll have lots more things to report by then. That's a promise. In the meantime, I'll be cheering you on.
I love the Abyss Keeper. I love how, like, self-aware the devs of this game are of, like, you know, the memes of greeting you, Professor, nothing to report at the Gatekeeper on the surface, and how they made literally the counterpart Abyss Keeper in Abyss, who always says, like, hey, you, listen up, I've got something to report. And now he's talking about how after this he'll have plenty more things to report. Man, I love the Abyss Keeper, Gatekeeper, the ultimate ship. The brother of Gatekeeper. Man, imagine if it turned out they were brothers.
Better than a drink to celebrate the fall of the Empire. You know, Fraldarius, one of the 10 elites, is a distant ancestor of mine. Even if the kingdom as we know it no longer exists, there's a poetic justice in taking the Empire down.
Well, are there still a bunch of cats in the cat corner? Yep, there is. Well, some things never change, I guess. Yes.
I thought defeating the Empire would be the end of it. Now we're after some mysterious shadow organization?
Yeah.
Crying out loud. If only Holst had come along for the ride. But he's working out things with Elmira or something, yeah?
Maybe.
So, maybe we better warn him about those who whatever.
Yeah, so I guess that they're related then?
They might be whatever.
With that rogue, if he's a
neck of the
descendant?
woods, too.
If he's telling the truth.
Me aside, no one's on the same level as Holst. If the Alliance is attacked while he's gone, they'll be in trouble.
For the DLC side story there, Marvel, it kind of takes place in between. So the DLC side story has like its own save slots, essentially, like it's its own separate game mode, it's essentially considered. And it's supposed to take place, I don't know, maybe a little bit before the ball, before the time skip, something like that, canonically. It's somewhere around there, and you just like go in and experience it with all 3 of the like main lords and such. So it canonically takes place around there. And then once you've completed it or gotten in certain parts of it, you then unlock the DLC hub, which is Abyss here within the main game, and you can then use like the DLC characters in the main game. So like you never actually get to see their time skip designs in the side story, only in the main game after recruiting them and such. But yeah, so this is essentially the hub of the DLC, which after doing the DLC you get access to it in the main game. But yeah, so canonically the DLC side story can take place like right smack dab in the middle of like any route, really, essentially. during the academy days, some way,
Unsettling, to say the least.
someday.
You must be
After the whip
boiling
sword,
to
but before the
avenge your
dancer class, somewhere in that time frame. Wait, must be boiling to avenge your father, though. I don't feel that way exactly.
Gotta say, I wish you were a little more fiery about all this. Though, I suppose a lot of time has passed since your father died. I imagine this battle will be a defining moment in history. All or nothing. Let's do this.
Let's do it. Let's do the thing.
Pardon me.
I got
Hello?
a message for you. From a dead man.
What?
The Emperor was keeping the Archbishop alive as insurance against those who slither in the dark. When you go to Shambhala, the message says, take the Archbishop with you.
Huh. Slither in darkness, as creepy Yuri says, but lives in abyss. Yeah. Can we marry Yuri as male Byleth? I mean, he's cute AF. Yes, you can, as a matter of fact. He is one of the male S supports.
Sounds like there were shenanigans happening behind the
I
scenes
can
in
confirm.
the Empire. I think war was basically inevitable no matter what Eddie did, with those creeps pulling the strings. Come to think of it, I wonder if the lady who kidnapped me was... Never mind. Not worth mentioning.
But yes, indeed, I can confirm. He is an S supportable character. Is the thing. I guess we'll see that conversation at some point. Let's go check the scrap heap and such. Steel bow, training sword, okay, well, whatever. I'll take random stuff in the inventory. It's not like I'm running out of space anytime soon or anything.
Whatever threatens Fodlan also threatens my dream. This folly must end now.
Aren't you scared?
Fear is not a consideration of mine. I do what must be done and always have. What is frightening is to have scant idea of what is in store. Now that we know, victory shall be ours.
And yeah, I can agree with that, Diego. Can definitely agree with that. I mean, one of the characters that I could always try as supporting with at the end is Happy, and then it showcases, like, you know, DLC stuff as well. It's definitely one of the ones I've considered. I guess we'll finish exploring. Maybe that'll be the answer of who I'm S supporting with at the end. I mean, part of me wanted to try S supporting with Yuri just to see, like, what would happen and if, like, he tells you his real name. But I mean, I guess I can just look it up on YouTube or whatever the heck. I mean, you can look up anything on YouTube, but I mean, can make a beat to that. Oh, there's gonna be a birthday. Wonder what the last couple birthdays here are. Causes the new Empress of the Dressier, or rather a new figure, head of territory. If she restores her house nouvelle, let's instruct manually and such. How was Marianne mode constant shown in battle? She's just like sad and stuff, and she has like a shadow over her eyes and stuff. Is the thing. Well, if you're outside, that is. If you're indoors, then she's the same as she is in Abyss and such. Well, bows are gonna get to S plus like in a hot second anyway. Like, let's just see how much there is for that. Yeah, the moment he freaking does anything with a bow again, he's getting that there. So we can change his goals to like, I don't know, sword authority. Is the thing. I guess we can go ahead and say that. Nice.
I'm really getting the hang of it.
Nice. Nice, Ignatz. Well, sure.
I'll keep trying.
There you go. Well, she has no hair in front of her face. Magical shadow, manifest yourself? Well, it's like a darkened effect. God, you got my DLC or else you might get spoiled. I mean, there's not really much to get spoiled of within like the main game, seeing the characters, just seeing a little bit about what the characters are about and stuff. Like, the story of the DLC side story is like so different from like things in the main game. It serves to add some more kind of lore and some more answers to like stuff before the events of the game, essentially, is what it kind of wraps up. It answers some questions with like Geralt and Byleth's mother, essentially, is what lore it contributes. Welp. Let's go here. Yeah, Lawrence is one of the better male globes, but you dislike the purple coconut head. I mean, oh my, that's a lot perfect. It's glowing up outside and inside. Yeah, this is true. Oh, I forgot to give Constance things. Whatever. I guess I'm just not training her right now. Whatever. Whatever, I guess. To get that to S+. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna try to get that to S+ before the game ends.
Thanks for...
Dang it, no perfects. The Lord support with Sylvain is top tier. I don't know if I've seen those ones before. But sounds spicy. Sure. Well, darn. 2 more. Let's train Balthus, I mean. We try getting this to A. I think most of Sylvain supports are good. I can agree with that from what I've seen. And the things I've seen and whatnot. Sure, that, I guess. And then... I know my camera blocks most of the things here, and I apologize for that. I could just try to get you to S with axes for fun. That's what we could do. Yeah, I can agree with that, though. And it's a duel of the Casanovas? I just love Sylvain, to be honest. Yeah. I can... Wait, I can see that. You don't need to do this anymore. We could just, like... Oh, I could probably give Lysithea Valkyrie now if she ever wanted to. Wait, no, that's flying. I was so confused. I was like, why is that so high? Yeah, sure, let's do this. Yeah, let's begin training.
I gotta ask you something.
I had to leave my grandpa in charge of taking care of my little sis while I'm away. I was thinking I should send him something nice to say thanks. Any suggestions? A shiny necklace, a sturdy walking stick, a tough-looking hat. Oh, I like me a hat or two, but I mean, sturdy walking stick?
That could work.
Wow, that 25 extra thing is gonna be great. I mean, she's also so good as a dark flyer as well. I could give her 1 more range in Valkyrie to give her 6 range instead of like 5 or whatever the heck stupid artillery range she currently has. But even if it would be more range, her being a flyer kind of also in a way gives more range because of the traversal and stuff. So I could make her a longer range, slower moving artillery unit, but she's already a freaking crazy airborne artillery unit. I'm tempted either way. I forgot whose birthday it was. What did it just say? Oh, Balthus. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, Balthus. Where's my thing? Where's my tab? Here it is. Balthus. He likes Almiran pine needles and ginger tea. Well, here's Almiran pine needles.
What's the latest, pal?
I'll turn off my freaking cameras because this is something that I'm probably gonna wind up using in a thumbnail potentially.
All the time.
Maybe.
Huh? Nothing. Forget it.
So on that off chance. On that off chance I do that. There it is. I guess I can turn them back on again now. Let's see here. So gardening mishaps, he does not like that. No, he does like that actually. Surprising. This is the guy that doesn't know what a shirt is. I mean, yeah, apparently he doesn't like cats. Heard some gossip. Apparently he likes that.
Really?
Really? The opera? Doesn't like that. Mighty weapons. He likes that.
Of course.
Also, Balthus is Almiran? I don't actually know where he's from, honestly.
Fighting tourney, I went toe-to-toe with Holst for the title. Nearly won, too.
Nod and commend are the valid answers here. Commend. Ha ha ha! Long range flying magic pew-pews are longer range not flying magic pew-pews. Yeah, that's the question here. What do you have to say?
A real knockout, aren't I? Go ahead, look your fill. This is the face that drives the ladies wild.
You gotta love Balthus. You gotta love him, you know?
Interested in the majestic king of grappling's iron bod, yeah? If you want to watch, I'll be training later. Shirtless. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
That tea is delicious.
Wow.
Hey, think I can drink the next cup in one go?
My goodness, he doesn't really like shirts, does he? He's got that charm up, nice. Yeah, either way, we do get long-range magic pew-pews. It's just, which way do I want to go with that is the question. Welp.
I'm glad it's you.
Got some riding experience towards the end.
Right. No problem.
Oh, this is aware of the crazy muscle obsessed fat girls. My goodness.
You did a fine
I'm
job.
sure he's a character that's made a lot of people really happy. Oh, perfect. Not like it gives a whole lot, but I mean.
Age is but a number.
Yeah,
It's
all the
all
units I'm not using, I'm
instant
trading them in
now.
random things I'd probably
Technique
never
never
use
betrays.
unless I want to carry it over on New Game Plus. So, like, there's that. There's that. Okay, well. Oh, well. Sure, I'll take some free faith magic stuff. Is a thing. Wait, what? What is this? Well.
Sing out over peaks, ring out
Too bad
over
Claude can't use the faith
valleys,
magic.
let my lovely voice echo through the streets and alleys.
Ages by number, you like
There's
that phrase?
someone
Isn't so good for
slightly
Hanneman?
Oh well, that adds some color, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay. Get it closer to S with constants at least, I guess. It's Flane's birthday! My goodness, everything is happening. What the hell? Alright, Flane. What do you like? Sweet apple blend, crescent moon tea, almond blend. Well, here's sweet apple blend. There you
I
go.
am pleased that you invited me.
There it is. Drink up.
You know about
Chug
my
it.
favorite tea.
Yeah, I think it's
I am
Serenus Forest. A resource I'd highly recommend for any Fire Emblem fan. Yeah, constant singing is just precious and wholesome. It really is, isn't it?
Delicious.
Delicious. Absolutely divine. Things that bother you. If only I could ask her who she really is. It's St. Flane's birthday, yes. Things you find romantic. Apparently she likes that. Flane is a fish baby. I thought you said that. At first I read that as like today is fish day or something like that for Flane. A strong but talented. She doesn't like that. You're doing great work. She likes that. Okay. Neat.
You and I are of a rare breed. We should take care of each other.
The valid answer to that is nod, apparently. Nod. Yes. Let's do so. What do you have to say if I stare at your face? What dialogue do you
Much
have?
time has passed, has it not?
Of course you say that when someone stares at your face, which hasn't changed.
Ever since your hair shifted to look more like mine, I feel so much closer to you.
Well, we had tea with Balthus outside. I don't know what determines which ones are freaking outside and which ones are inside. Like, we had tea with Balthus outside, for example. I don't know what determines it. All I know is sometimes post-time skip you have tea inside. I don't know what it is. Flynn indirectly asked if she can bury you. Welp. Okay, well, I think that is where I'm gonna wrap it, actually. Let's get this done with and out of the way, then I'll wrap it up.
Professor, a pleasure to see you.
Why are you here?
I was here for confessional. Confessing my foolishness. While I'm at it, may I confess something to you too?
No need to ask. Go ahead.
I realize what a burden I've been. On you, I mean. After every breakup, I neglect my work, and I know how that affects you. I'm completely worthless as a woman. Can you imagine how that feels? Oh, I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. I just know it. You think so too, don't you?
No.
Really? So if I couldn't find anybody else, you'd marry me? Oh, don't worry. I can tell by the look on your face you didn't mean it. What's wrong with me? It's not my looks. I'm still gorgeous. Or am I? Be honest, do I look old? No, not possible. I'm the songstress who swept the Empire off its feet. Men professed their love for me hourly. It can't be my looks.
You look just fine.
You're right. Although, just fine is a bit... Well, it's better to be attractive than just fine. Oh no. If the problem isn't my looks, and they are not the problem, then it must be... what? My personality? I know you're trying to find a way to say it gently, but you think there's a problem, don't you? I suppose I can be a bit unkempt. I do have a short temper, and I may be a little lazy, sometimes. But I've always heard fellas, you know, like a woman with a few flaws. Seems to me there are plenty of flawed girls who have landed themselves a good man. So maybe my trouble is I'm not imperfect enough.
Do you think I could use a few more flaws?
No.
Are you saying I'm perfect as I am? Come now, you'll make me blush.
Well, we achieved B support apparently. We apparently achieved B support again. And Doogie came back onto the couch right towards the end here. Yeah, flawed enough, methinks. I'm gonna save into like both slots here because my goodness, I'll be safe. Hey, it shows the background for like the thingamabob now. The Shambhala is a thing. We got to go enjoy some dubstep next time. Yeah. Next time I guess it'll be with the Nintendo Direct. I can just like do a battle or some exploration or random stuff while the Nintendo Direct is going on because sure. I don't know, maybe we'll wind up doing that. Let's skip. No, let's not do that. Yeah, that's gonna be where I wrap it up. This went on much longer than expected since the last 2 chapters were like the 2-parter thing. And I forgot about that. So, whoops. I've kind of stayed up until 7 a.m. the next morning. When will the next time be? However many hours from now, freaking 3 p.m. is when it's currently 7 a.m. So, like... Well... So 8 hours? Then? Because 5 to 12 would be 5. Or 7 to 12 would be 5. And then to 3 would be, like it should be at that time. So 8 hours from now? I guess? Like, hold on. Let me just double check here. I'll just Google Nintendo Direct, make sure that it's at the time that I think it is. So, what time is it? So, it is supposed to be at 2 p.m. PST. And let me just make sure. PST to Mountain Time. And such. So yeah, it's currently 6 a.m. Pacific Time and 7 a.m. Mountain Time. So yeah, 8 hours from now. Exactly 8 hours from now. That's late for you, I assume, AU time and such. Yeah, that's just I guess the time that the Direct is. So yeah, 8 hours from now. I'll get like some sleep and stuff. And then come back and stream this again. Oh my goodness. At least the game's gonna be finished off soon. So like, there's that. I'm gonna head out of here for now. So thanks all who stopped by and hung out. I'm gonna go like pass out for what time I can. And then do the thingamabob. So thanks all who stopped by and hung out. And see ya, I guess.